Okay, this section, let me take my glasses off. This section is one of my favorites because we're going to get over writing actual copy now. So people have come down our slippery slope like we talked about, where they started at the top, we got into the primary inbox, then from there they read our subject line, then our preview line, now they're in here. Here's something to remember when you're writing copy. People don't read emails, they scan emails. So we're trying to pattern interrupt by breaking the scan sequence. I'm going to go over a couple methods. We're going to go over the large TAM method and the small TAM method. We talked about what large TAM and small TAM is. So from here, we're going to go over large TAM with no case studies, large TAM with case studies. So if you have proof of concept and you could show it off, we're going to go over both ways to do with or without, and the same thing with small TAM. So here's our first email. I'm going to show you the subject line first. Since people are scanning, we know people are scanning, so we want to interrupt that pattern, their scanning pattern, with personalization that cannot be misinterpreted as a mass cold email. This was clearly created for them because we have, hi Logan, I saw Reshaped made the top 10 best places to work in Florida. Congratulations. Now, this could have only been made for 10 different businesses. So obviously it's extremely personalized. This is small TAM. We did our research. We wrote a very personalized email. And then now that we've interrupted the pattern, we could break into our offer. Again, this is no case studies. So since we don't have case studies, we're going to include our guarantee right here. So Reshape's revenue could grow by 25% in the next 60 days. Now, if it doesn't grow by 25%, you don't pay me. Mind if I send over a 2-minute video explaining how? So there's a few things to pick up on here. First off, we showed what we offer. So we're saying your business, your revenue could grow by 25% in the next 60 days. It's a bold claim, very bold claim. Now, what I'm not doing is I'm not saying the mechanism in which it will happen. I am simply stating what will happen if you work with me. They don't need to know that you're going to do it via cold call or with your SaaS or with whatever it is. They don't care about that. People don't care about the mechanism. They only care about the result. If they believe the result, then they're likely to work with you. How could we get them to believe our result? And that's via offering a guarantee. So if you don't get that 25% in the 60 days, you don't have to pay me. So now I'm lowering the guard a little bit via the guarantee. So at this point, I've built enough intrigue to offer up something like, mind if I send over a 2-minute video explaining how? This is literally my favorite call to action on the planet. This is my favorite CTA. I use this all the time. There's so many different CTAs that you could use. Would it make sense to explore this further? Well, I mean, sure. Does it sound reasonable to get more information on this? Well, sure. I guess it sounds reasonable. Why not? So many different things. But I like sticking to videos because videos work. So after this, you could film a short video where you explain how you do this, and you just make a loom with their like website in the background. And when you have site in the background, and if you have their website in the background, it's gonna be like, oh, this was for me as well. They're basing it around my business. Now we've covered small TAM with no case studies, hyper personalized. This is an email that I would personally respond to. I send this exact type of email. Every email you're going to see here, I use in my campaigns, and they're working. Now, again, what you want to remember is we're not trying to close them on this email. We're just building the intrigue, getting more information to them. If they say, yes, please send it over, I'm then going to send them the loom or the video. And then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a few minutes to watch it, and then I'm going to call them. We'll go over the warm calling structure after this. But again, we're trying to take the conversation from email to a call. Now let's do the next one. So this is how I would write this exact same email, but with case studies. And it looks like no one wants to see my name. All right. Now, hi, Logan. Saw Reshaped made the top 10 best places to work in Florida. Congratulations. Reshupled, since I'm not very creative, Reshupled's revenue, this is the case studies business. You could say just any other business that we did work for's revenue has doubled over the last 6 months working with us. So we gave it just a tangible time. They doubled it. not 25%. This is just merely the case study. Look them up and you'll see they also run a lead generation agency just like you. Reshaped could see similar results. Mind if I send over a 2-minute video explaining how? Now, 3 months ago, I would have told you this email is too long. But at this point, people need more. So we have the pattern interrupt. We have our case study, which is bold. And then we restate that, hey, this isn't just some random person. They are just like you. They do work just like you. So since they do work just like you could see similar results. Would it make sense to figure out you could see similar results? Pretty simple from this standpoint. Now, even 3 months ago, I could have sent an email that said, "Hi, Logan. Reshaped could double its revenue in the next 6 months using TikTok. Want more information? Question mark." And it would have cranked. It would have cranked like even 3 months ago, dude, which is crazy. So it changes, and that's what shows you that cold email as a mechanism will never get saturated, but script styles will get saturated. That's why right now what we're doing is we're building skills. Do not copy and paste these into your program, because maybe a month or two from now, they won't be working because so many people are using them. And then from there, you're going to be like, hey, why isn't my stuff working? It's because you haven't taken the time to build the skill. Remember, all you need is the framework if you want to be successful. Step 1, actual personalization. Actual personalization will never become saturated if you are genuinely researching someone. That cannot be saturated. 2, unique offering. If you have a highly personalized first line, a unique offering, and a call to action that makes sense, if you have those 3 things, you will do golden work in the cold email space. I'm telling you that. You need those 3 things. If you throw in a case study, if you throw in a guarantee, that type of stuff, you are setting yourself up absolutely for success. So this is small TAM method without case studies, with case studies. Now let's see the large TAM without case studies. Hi, Logan. Was researching gyms in Seattle using HubSpot as their CRM, and Get Shredded came up. Get Shredded could save up to 40 hours a week with some minor CRM adjustments. Mind if I send a quick video on how? Thank you, Logan. Now, what are some things that I have available to me when I am researching and pulling my list? So I have their name, obviously. I have their company. I have their location. If I'm searching them, I know their niche. I know what industry they operate in. I could find out some softwares that they're using. I know their number. I know their LinkedIn account. These are all things you get from pulling any basic list. So from here, I didn't have to do any research outside of pulling my list. 0 research was done to write this line. All I had to do was pull my list. So let's see how many forms of personalization I have in this first line without doing any research. So I have, hi, Logan, first name. Was researching gyms, industry, in location, Seattle, using HubSpot software, and Get Shredded, company name, came up. That's 5 forms of personalization in the first line. Boom, pattern interrupt. Now, I know that everyone on my list is gyms. So I just leave gyms here. Now, location, this could be anywhere, any city, anywhere. It'll just plug it in. Seattle, perfect. And now in my list, I was pulling people using HubSpot. So that doesn't change either. Now, so gyms stays the same. HubSpot stays the same. Name changes. Location changes. Company name changes. So only 3 changed variables. We have 2 that remain the same no matter who we're emailing off this list. Now, this is extremely important. We just interrupted the pattern, and now we're going to plug our offer that has no case study attached. Get Shredded could save up to 40 hours a week with some minor CRM adjustments. Mind if I send a video on how? Thank you, Logan. This is a fire email. I write this exact email, but in different ways, different industries, different softwares, and it works extremely well. So we have personalization, we have our offer, and then we have our call to action. Now, with the large TAM method, how could we rewrite this email if we have a case study already? Let's find out. Okay, now, Hi, Logan was searching for gyms in Seattle using HubSpot as their CRM, and Get Shredded came up. Pump Fit, the case study, business name, saves $4,563 in monthly payroll with one simple HubSpot adjustment. Mind if I send over a quick video on how? Thank you, Logan. It's just that simple, people. You just work it in and you just tell them what's into them. Just like, hey, I would love to send over a quick video explaining how. Or you could say, would it make sense to explore this further? Would you want more information on this? And again, don't forget, people, we could put at the bottom of these, you could put that down there. That way you're TCPA compliant. And also you're going to boost your response rate. A lot of people still opt out earlier than maybe they normally would have, but don't worry about that because in general, I didn't want to get into this now. I am going to just dive in right now while we're here. I hate it when people, you're going to want to write this down, when they try and do like a flowing sequence with their cold emails. So almost all, at least 70 to 80% of the responses that you're going to get are going to come in the first step. Maybe 15% on the second step, and then the rest on the third. Like having these super long sequences that are like 6 steps long, stupid. Just 3 steps, 4 steps maximum. And what we're going to do is we're going to just switch out different parts of this on each individual email. So I'm not writing one email and then just below that, I'm going to have a bump email. A bump email just says, hey, bumping this up in your inbox just in case you missed it. No, we don't do that because here's the bitter truth. When someone doesn't respond to your cold email, one of 2 things happen. They either didn't see it or they didn't care and they deleted it. Regardless, your bump email is not going to make sense. What you're going to do is you're just going to pitch them again. So if this format didn't work, I'm going to try a new personalized first line. I'm going to switch out the personalized first line on the second one and leave this the same. And then if that doesn't work, I'm going to leave this the same on the third email, and I'm going to switch out my case study or how I phrase my offer. It's that simple. Just switch one out, and you have 3 different emails pitching the same thing in a different way. And then after you see which one is converting the best, you could switch them out between which one is getting sent out first in different campaigns. And that way you could say which is the best first email so that I'm most optimal, because you're just going to burn through your TAM if you're not making in-game adjustments every single day, looking at your analytics, what gets the best responses. And that's why while you're growing, it's important for you to be inside of your inboxes and see what the responses look like with the different forms of copy. Because after you've sent 10,000 different emails with similar copy, not the same copy, then you're just going to see the tiny word adjustments that you have to make. That's not something that can be taught. You're going to have to see it after you send those 10,000 emails. Now, thank you for letting me go out on that tangent. Please don't do bump emails. Don't do reminder emails. Don't do anything like that. Simply switch out your personalized first line, switch out your case study, switch out your call to action, test those different things, find out which one is the most optimal sending in that first position, because that first position is the most important. So we want our best email there. Thank you very much for letting me rant. Let's move on to the next one. I think these are just bonus emails. These are just emails that I have like running in my campaigns like today. So this one is if you were an e-com marketing or like email marketing type of guy, this one is going to be money for you. Hi, first name was researching different brands using Shopify, and company name came up. Company name could grow its revenue by 25% in less than 2 months without paid ads or new traffic. Can I send you a short video explaining how? Thank you, Logan. You could even throw in location in here. Super simple. Another form of email copywriting that you could do is one where you just set up your pitch. So instead of saying like pitching this, you could just say something like, would company name be interested in growing its revenue in less than 2 months less than 2 months without paid ads or new traffic, question mark. Leave that out there. And if they say yes, then you send your Loom, you send your video, and you give them more value. That's another strategy. It used to work extremely well. It's not as good now. I like throwing in personalization, but again, don't tell them the mechanism. We're just building intrigue because they might be thinking, another person pitching me ads. Another person telling me I have to do more marketing and getting new traffic if I want to make more money. No. So now I've built intrigue here. It's important. Now, here's our last email that we're going to go over in this copywriting section. Then we can move on to the next. So, hi, Logan. Was researching top finance companies in location and found company name. We took a SaaS-like company name and doubled their inbound lead volume in less than 90 days. Can I send over a short video explaining how? Thank you, Logan. Now, you've learned how to work with large TAM, no case studies, large TAM case studies, small TAM case studies, small TAM no case studies, and then just kind of these bonus modules down here and different forms of copy that I currently use. You learned how to kind of think about the psychology of building a sequence, because we're not going to want to do bump emails or anything like that. We're just reformulating our pitch, tracking our analytics, and figuring out what's the best email so that I could add it to that first slot within our campaigns. So thanks, guys. Let me see if I have anything else to cover here. I think we're good to go. In the next module, I'm going to show you something that will, I hate to say it like this, but it could replace this. It could replace this. If you are someone who's trying to do this email thing at scale, this is going to help you a lot. It is the AI personalization model. I think this is the big reason a lot of people bought this course. This is going to be extremely helpful. A lot of people are stuck paying like egregious fees to different software companies to do exactly what I'm about to show you. So can't wait to see you guys in the next video.